Now, your first warned weather forecast from meteorologist Jordan Wolfe.
Generally speaking, the majority of the state line did get anywhere from around 6 to 10 inches of snow yesterday going into the early hours of this morning, but some spots got close to a foot of snow, and there's just a few of our select reports, including the Rockford Airport 7.3 inches in Amboy, 9 inches of snow, DeKalb 9.3 inches, and then some of our higher totals. Beloit exactly a foot of snow, Freeport 13 inches of snow from what we had yesterday going into the early hours of this morning. Some additional snowfall starting to work its way back into the state line, and this also accompanied by some of those stronger winds similar to what we saw last night. This lighter snow not really showing up very well on satellite radar, but a broad swath of that light snow has been inching its way through the state line, and that's lowered visibility in many spots along with kind of that wind that we are seeing. Down in Rochelle, our SkyTrack camera not showing any flakes falling at the moment, but that lowered visibility off in the distance, very evident out there as well. We can see that when we look with our numbers as well. 1.5 miles of visibility in Galena and in Sterling, 2.5 miles of visibility in Monroe and in Janesville, Wisconsin, 1 mile of visibility at the Rockford Airport. So some of those concerns remaining as we get into the rest of the night tonight with visibility, lowering in some spots, allowing for even some pockets of that snow to develop. It does not look like we're seeing any necessarily accumulate on the roadways, but we are seeing that blowing and drifting occurring, especially when you look behind some of those cars going across the Jefferson Street Bridge in downtown Rockford. As a result of this, there is another winter weather advisory that has been issued for the majority of the state line. The entire state line actually now being expanded that goes through tomorrow morning as another 1 to 2 inches of very light fluffy snow may be possible, and that will blow around and drift around in some spots, allowing for those slick locations on the roadways as well. That may last, at least the falling snow, to around midnight tonight before, again, the blowing and drifting still remains a concern into the early hours of tomorrow morning. With that blowing and drifting, now we have those winds that have still remained fairly strong. Wind chills becoming increasingly more of a factor into the night tonight as well. Temperatures down into the single digits across the board, but many of our wind chills down in the teens below zero or even 20s below zero when we look out toward Galena. Our weather watcher Terry out in Genoa reporting a wind chill of 11 below zero, along with a temperature of 8 degrees, a dew point of 5, and humidity at 76% at the moment. No additional snowfall for him during the day today. Those wind chills going to set in, dropping down to as low as -30 and even close to -40 during the overnights tonight and then into the following night. During the afternoon tomorrow, they do not get much better, only rising to around 20 below zero for the warmest spot during the day for those wind chills. So tonight, a wind chill warning is in effect for DeKalb counties, Ogle and Lee counties, as well as Joe Davies, Stevenson, Carroll, and Whiteside counties, whereas the rest of the area remains under that wind chill advisory with slightly warmer wind chills, but the rest of the week, some of those counties do convert back into that wind chill advisory, and those all last through Tuesday with some of these advisories and those warnings where we could see those wind chills dipping as low as 30 below zero during some of these overnight lows. Afternoon highs, not much better, only rising to around zero or even single digits below zero. Overnight lows, teens below zero through the early part of the week before we eventually see some moderating, but Jess, that could even bring some additional accumulating snow as we get into Wednesday and Thursday.